What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Now, this Makebi Zulu, after Arabi Afwa, he became very close now to Edgar Lungu, and Bakabwalala. Arabi is specialized in defending Bakabwalala. Makebi Zulu is specialized in defending people that are alleged to have embezzled our resources. One of the cases, is the Chilufya, but the case that Makebi Zulu was defending Arabi, it was the case here oil. If you remember, some of you who may remember, it was the case here oil yaku Nigeria, where Arabi went and sourced oil from Nigeria, okay, that Nigeria supplies us with oil. But later on it was discovered that that oil which Nigeria was supposed to bring to Zambia could not be used in Zambia. And so, but the deal was already made. And so that oil had to be sold somewhere else, as if it is being sold to the Zambian government. But that did not come to Zambia. That oil was sold somewhere else. And anyway, that is the case. I don't want to dwell so much on that. But that was the case. That was the case which brought Makebi Zulu to defend Arabi. Now, and then MPF, you have seen. Bonseva Kabwalala ba MPF. Lawyer waboni nani? Ni Makebi Zulu. Lawyer waboni Makebi Zulu. The lawyer for most of these people that have stolen money in Zambia, including Malanji, it is Makebi Zulu. And so Makebi Zulu has played his cards very well. When Lungu died, Makebi Zulu was in South Africa. Makebi Zulu knows well the journey to the death of Edgar Lungu. He knows very well. Makebi Zulu, they were together with Vamayoba Esther Lungu. They were together. And whatever has happened, they must have been planning together. They have been planning together. They planned everything together. Whatever has happened, there is no way you can remove Esther Lungu out of this. No, Esther Lungu has been part of this. And later on, I've come to learn that Edgar Lungu had deposited money in a number of people. A number of people, whereby he has given them money, they start businesses, they operate businesses, and the owner, it's Edgar Lungu. It's Edgar Lungu. And who is the lawyer helping Edgar Lungu to, strike these contracts with these different people? It is Makebi Zulu. So, now that Lungu is dead, who knows exactly who holds money for Edgar Lungu? It is Makebi Zulu and Esther. And this is where now this whole conundrum comes in. This conundrum comes in because now they are interest to protect. There is money to protect and there is power to be gotten. Power to be gotten from Hakainde Ichilem. But they want to remove Hakainde Ichilem. And so Makebi Zulu has really been staging himself. To take over power and to make sure that he continues with whatever embezzlement that was done during the time of Edgar Lungu. So Makebi Zulu at the moment is powerful in terms of what? Powerful, number one, in terms of resources. Because he's the one who knows. He's the one who, I suspect, this one I can't say for a fact, but I suspect as his lawyer, is the one that must have been drafting some of these documents with people that were given money in different countries to run businesses for Edgar Lungu. Makebi Zulu must know about this. He must know about this. But Esther, of course, as the wife, she must know about this. Now, somebody is saying, but too much confusion. Now, I'm coming. Now, Where does Given comes in? Given Luinda's survival is dependent on Edgar Lungu. Given Luinda's political survival is dependent on Edgar Lungu. Is dependent on Edgar Lungu. But you say, but he's dead. Yes, he's dead. But there is a guy that is at the center. There is a guy that is carrying the resources that Edgar Lungu and the connections that Edgar Lungu had. That is Makebi Zulu. And he's being supported by the wife. And this is why they staged up all that nonsense that has been going on in South Africa. No, that was shike, no, whatever. No, these are all machinations to make sure that they keep the power, they retain the power, and they keep the money. Makebi Zulu is not coming for you Zambians. Makebi Zulu is not coming for you Zambians. Makebi Zulu is not coming to be president for you. No, Makebi Zulu is coming in to make sure that all the monies and the connections that Edgar Lungu had are preserved. The day Makebi Zulu would become president, if he become president, if at all he would become president, it will mean all those Vakabwalalas, they will be restored. All those Vakabwalalas, they will be restored. And the power. But Esther, she is interested in that power. She was the first lady, and she feel insulted to be going through courts and the processes and everything that she has been going through. So these people, they are there. It is like a group. And Given Luinda is sitting there like a small boy with, sitting, next to the king. He has to benefit something. He has to survive. He has to survive. So, never given on himself, on his own. He doesn't have a political strength. He doesn't have. Given doesn't have a political strength. He doesn't. He is a person, is a veteran politician. He has been around, but he doesn't have capacity. Given Luinda doesn't have capacity to spin things for himself. He doesn't. So, Given Luinda, yes, he's a presidential candidate, but I can assure you, Given knows that he cannot beat another person. He cannot beat, particularly, he cannot beat Mundi. He knows, Given knows deep down his heart, he knows he cannot beat Mundi. And unfortunately, for most of these guys, Mundi is well sold. Mundi is clean. He's not like the Kabwalalas. He's not among the thieves. He's not among the thieves. Mundi doesn't have a case that Makebi Zulu is defending. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have. He's not part of the Kabwalalas. So Mundi is like an outcast. He's like an outcast. So what is going on at the moment? It is, they are trying to fight to eliminate Mundi. They are trying to eliminate Mundi. All this nonsense, it is those that were parasites, that were parasitical to Edgar Lungu. And Edgar Lungu is dead. And they are still holding on to Chitumbi. They are sucking blood to Chitumbi. They can't let go. They can't bury. They can't bury. So once you are and then why someone Mundi will cook side you, he is seemingly doing much better than all of them. If you put Mundi and Given Luinda, Mundi is far much better. Even yourselves, you have seen. You saw Mundi with his crowd at the secretariat. You saw Mundi. You saw Given Luinda with his crowd at the secretariat. You have seen how ingenious Brian has been reaching out to other leaders. Given Luinda had Chanda, Peter Chanda. They are the ones who had held the Tonse Purpose Vehicle.
Thanks for tuning in to JQ News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on tech, politics, and everything in between. Until next time, stay cool.